What's up, guys, and welcome back to the GameShow Global Esports Cup. We're in the supposedly second best of two in the day. First one kind of was cut short because pub players decided to drop from the tournament, which is unfortunate, but hey, what are you going to do? We're now going to go into Abraxas, going up against London Conspiracy. Now, Abraxas doing kind of mediocre in this group. London Conspiracy played twice, tied twice, so definitely looking for a couple more points as, well, the front runners, at least Nip, Stark, they have 7 and 4 respectively. So yeah, both these two teams need to play catch up, but they also have a lot more games to be played. So I guess that's fair. Fair is fair. Mikelorus is going to be your only caster for today, and looks like this draft is going super glacially slowly. Abraxas cutting into the reserve time. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Bane first pick from Abraxas. London Conspiracy are known to ban Broodmother as their preferred bans as far as the first phase is concerned. They just really don't like playing up against Hero. I can't really blame them for that either. But yeah, Abraxas, they played the other day going up against Ninjas in Pajamas. It was an absolute mess of a game. Had some good Witch Doctor play from the very famous Area 1, 2, 3, 4. He ended up as the Witch Doctor on top of the net worth chart. And there's the Bane from Abraxas. And that's the first time I've seen a Witch Doctor on top of the net worth chart. That's probably the last time I'm going to see the Witch Doctor on the top of the net worth chart. But anyway, it's going to be a Bane pick for the Abraxas side. Again, Pillows, at least Abraxas, give that to Pillows, and he really does love this hero quite a bit. And we'll see if they want to follow it up with an Ember Spirit or anything similar to that. But you would expect for London Conspiracy, or okay, well for Abraxas, they're going to go ahead, and looks like they're going to grab that Witch Doctor. So yeah. Same exact supports as the last game I saw from them. And again, if this is in their comfort zone, so be it. This is actually the same opening that they went up against Ninjas in Pajamas, and they ended up winning, but it was a really clowny game, so not really sure how much you could read into that. But either way, London Conspiracy opening up with a Tusk and Undying. Most likely going to be an off-lane selection and sports selection, respectively. Undying Tusk, that is. And you know what? This is a more aggressive slant to an opening set of heroes. And Dazzle's going to be banned out anyway, but London Conspiracy should be looking to go aggressive with this set of heroes. I don't really know if there's room for a Night Stalker here. Definitely is possible, although unlikely. More likely than not, they're just going to try to get Baby Knight a real solid hero, and it seems like Ember Spirit might not be the worst here. I'm expecting, again, one of these two, maybe both of them, to be going towards the off lane. And for London Conspiracy, they can't get their hands on the Shadow Fiend, which Jalopy is very, Jalopy and Baby Knight are both very, very good at. And I'm pretty sure Webbs is Jalopy and John is Baby Knight. Although, we'll see when we actually get into the game. It's, again, not exactly proper tags. They're not going to be the Bane, and what are London Conspiracy really scared of? They do have the first pick afterwards. Abraxas, they have a lot of setup right now. A lot of utility in these fights, and it seems like Phantom Lancer is the one that they're scared of. Not really sure if I would be too scared of the PL. I mean, it is a very scary hero to go up against, but this doesn't really have that much synergy with Witch Doctor. Bane is fine with them, for sure, but is they're not going to be crushing you every single time. And we'll see what Abraxas want to follow this up with. Again, very slow draft, it seems. Abraxas do have the purple strats, though. You guys know how strong the purple strats are. They work every time. Work every time. But Dark Zero, no Dazzle, you know, they can only go so deep into the purple. Templar Assassin, also the purple. All going to be taken out. Definitely another one of those Baby Knight heroes. But, you know, Ember Spirit is probably the biggest Baby Knight hero, and he's also the player on London Conspiracy, and maybe in this tournament, who always has the worst ping, like, all the time. And somehow he makes it work. Not really sure how he manages to function. I would just go mad, man. As far as other powerful heroes in the pool, Winter Wyvern's a possibility for the London Conspiracy side. Not as much so for Abraxas. Yeah, Broodmother's still in. It might be banned out here for London Conspiracy. It's instead going to be a Meepo. Alright, sure. Why not? I think Abraxas did run a Meepo the other day. It was successful. No, I think it got smashed by Nip. I'm pretty sure that happened. But, yeah, sometimes you just got to ban out a Meepo even after you grab Winter Wyvern. I mean, London Conspiracy would be, in theory, pretty well equipped to deal with the Meepo, but they're very single target focused right now. Again, they're going to be getting some pretty heavy hitters as their last two picks, probably for Baby Knight and Jalopy, respectively. I want to say. Like, Ember Spirit's still looking really good here for London Conspiracy. Alternatively, they can go a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, Queen of Pain, Wind Ranger's still in the pool, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Abraxas grab either of those two heroes. Get some sort of setup with these two very heavy utility heroes. Not as much damage coming out from these two again, unless they get super farmed, in which case, yeah, you can get some damage, but definitely not the most.
Reserve time.
And for Abraxas, they're taking their sweet time. But London Conspiracy, they do have this like kind of awkward mix, kind of unique mix of both aggression with the Undying and the defensive power of the Winter Wyvern. Obviously, she can participate somewhat in that with the burn, and it's not going to be the most effective versus the Queen of Pain, as now that's the pickup for the Abraxas side. But again, like London Conspiracy, even though they may not have the most control, they definitely do have the ability to just steamroll their way through. Whether or not they'll be able to kill off the Queen of Pain is not going to be completely irrelevant, but they're going to try to minimize the relevance of it just by making sure that they have proper aggressive heroes, it seems. The hero pool that we see from London Conspiracy is not really the deepest most of the time. You got to take into account ping issues for some of it, but yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're looking at an Ember Spirit if they can. It's a Gyrocopter instead for Jalopy. They're very frequently picked up hero. Yet another hero who also doesn't really have that much in the way of killing off Queen of Pain. Like, he can try to turn on the guns, and that may or may not work. He doesn't really have a ton of setup, although with Tusk, it is enough of a setup so that you can feel comfortable at least trying to make those aggressive plays. Just getting the snowball, roll in, rocket barrage, good times. But for Abraxas, they're going to grab a Wraith King. Now, this is something that they have run yesterday, in fact, and it did not work out. Wraith King, typically a little bit of an awkward hero. London Conspiracy, definitely with enough consistent fighting power so that they can handle a Wraith King's, both of his lives. What you really don't want up against Wraith King is just like a one-off team fight. Black Hole, Ravage, you're like, alright, we killed them all, but then Wraith King pops back up, you may not have enough gas in the tank to kill him. That's definitely not the case for London Conspiracy. Yeah, they are a lot stronger with the curse and the call down, but they are very capable outside of it. Rocket Barrage, kind of a low cooldown. Undying, of course, has almost 100% uptime in those fights, until the Tombstone drops, of course. But for Abraxas, this is going to be most likely the tri-lane. Wraith King, Witch Doctor, Bane. Huskar to be banned out. Good ban from London Conspiracy. That would have completely screwed them over. I mean, not completely. It's not too late to grab some sort of soft Huskar counter, but it would have been very difficult to deal with. Probably Wind Ranger would have been the pick. But Abraxas, they still can, grab that Broodmother if they really do want to go for that. London Conspiracy are kind of well equipped to deal with the Broodmother. Not the best, but not the worst either. But again, they really just want to get this Wraith King a little bit of extra farm. Whoever's going towards that off lane is going to be in for a little bit of trouble. And it looks like it is going to be an Undying Tusk. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but they could just leave the, I guess, Tusk down there by himself. Or the Undying, really. It makes minimal difference. Although I do think the Tusk, the Undying, rather, is better in that lane. There's still a lot of stun duration and a good amount of damage just with the right clicks from those heroes. Like, Wraith King is not exactly known to be a high damage carry early on. I mean, that's not really what he does. But Alchemist is going to get booted out last. I do like the fact that teams are now slowing down on their Alch picks, but London Conspiracy, they're going to be the ones to grab the Broodmother. So it looks like we might be in for a mid-lane Gyrocopter played by Baby Knight. I'm assuming Kefka's going to be playing the Broodmother off lane. Alternatively, they could put the Broodmother mid. Up against the Quap, though, not really sure how much success that's going to find. I guess the great thing about Broodmother mid is that you don't have to get Spiderlings. But the bad thing is that you don't get Spiderlings. I mean, you want Spiderlings up against what Abraxas have. Yeah, Queen of Pain will tear through them like a hot knife through butter.
10 seconds.
But everyone else will struggle a lot to deal with those Spiderlings. Witch Doctor, Bane especially.
5 seconds remaining. So
yeah, Abraxas aren't really well equipped to deal with the Broodmother right now. That being said, London Conspiracy, where does the Broodmother fit into their lanes? Broodmother mid or off lane seems pretty reasonable. Gyrocopter kind of wants the safe lane in this game. Maybe he's going to expect the offensive tri-lane, but with Winter Wyvern as his backup hero, just with the ability to take off the Nightmare, they, since they're both ranged, can just like drag the Nightmare back if needed. Abraxas, they need some AoE off of this pick, off of an off-lane selection. And it's going to be an Axe. There we go. Now there's an off-lane selection worthy of a Broodmother counter. Damn it, why are... Okay, one's Jalopy, one's Baby Knight. I'm not sure who it is. I'm going to have to check. But mid lane, whoever goes mid lane is probably going to be Baby Knight. I'm pretty sure John is Baby Knight, although I will check when I get into the game, guys. Apologies. The Broodmother matchup versus Axe is obviously terrible, and that's what Abraxas are going to be angling towards. The problem is, well, there's no clear laning situation here for London Conspiracy. Maybe if they wander out very early, TP out, get an Observer Ward, they should be able to figure out what the lanes are going to be for LC. But yeah, they want the Axe to go up against the Broodmother. Axe up against Undying Tusk. Not too terrible either, but definitely less than ideal. And for London Conspiracy, they're looking to be a little bit more aggressive a little early on. Their ceiling is pretty low. Broodmother late game is decent. Gyrocopter late game is pretty decent as well. But up against what Abraxas have, it's really going to be tough to crack that. So play a little bit more on the aggressive side, get the Undying a little bit more involvement, get the Tusk a little bit of action. Let's actually find out who is Webs. And then when we find out who Webs is, we'll find out who the other one is. Webs. Jalopy. Okay, so Webs is going to be Jalopy. Who is that? The Gyrocopter? Yeah. We got a Gyrocopter played by Jalopy. That, of course, means Baby Knight is on the Spider. Solon is on the Winter Wyvern. Kefka is on the Tusk. Double Mango. Beaver is on the Undying. Over on the Abraxas side, Ascendancy is on the Wraith King, the very famous Area 1, 2, 3, 4. Played an amazing Witch Doctor yesterday. We'll see if he can do it again. Attacker is on the Bane. Got Ochre on the Axe. And then Bane is on Bane. No, it's going to be Pillows on Bane, guys. And he will try to embrace the darkness. You think the darkness is your ally, LC? Bane was born in the darkness. And he also plays this like every single game. Like, I've seen only a handful of games where Bane was not picked up first by Abraxas. So yeah, they love this hero, and with a defensive tri-lane setup, whoever's in that tri-lane, I assume it's going to be the Tusk. Actually, no, Undying's going out there right now, but he does have an Observer Ward, so he may just want to shuffle back. It can just be both of them, that is. They're going to be struggling in this lane. There's a lot of setup and a lot of single target pressure. And yeah, the Undying wants to be up against as many heroes as possible. I'm not really sure if this is the ideal situation for him. Smoke up from the Abraxas side, and they're going to run straight into Kefka, who's going to see it coming. Shards are available to pick up, but he's getting hit with the Nightmare, and now he's in a hell of a lot of trouble. Wraithfire Blast will follow. Snowball is leveled up by Kefka. The cast will follow afterwards. The chain stun's more or less perfect. He's going to get the Snowball in, but I don't really think that's going to save him. A couple more right clicks, and Blink 4 from the Quap will get the kill. Attacker is going to grab it onto Kefka. And just wandered in a little bit too slowly. He definitely didn't expect that amount of heroes from Abraxas to be coming up the hill that quickly. And, I mean, as a Tusk, there's not much you could do. But then again, as a Tusk, he did also spend all of his gold, so he didn't lose any gold there. He just gave a little bit towards Abraxas. Giving it towards the Queen of Pain, though, who's also most likely going to get that Bounty Rune, means her bottle is going to be coming up as fast as humanly possible. And her matchup is going to be going up against Baby Knight's Broodmother. Broodmother is probably not a hero that wants to go for bottle. Sentry's check is one on the Queen of Pain, other one is on the Bane. Yeah, mid lane Broodmother. Definitely an interesting matchup versus that Quap. Scream of Pain will pretty much always hit. The detection race is on. You don't really want to spend your tangos to eat wards super early without getting regeneration value, but you might just have to. Sentry dropped. Attacker is going to start right-clicking away on Baby Knight. Will he kill off this Sentry? He knows that it's there, first of all. There he goes. He's going to eat it, and now his Sentry still survives, and Attacker doesn't... He has to be very careful. He has to be careful not to get too close to this Spider. Now, towards top lane, it seems like there's just two heroes right now. That's because Pillows is slightly out of lane. But Kefka and Beaver definitely with the ability to go aggressive. Not necessarily towards Wraith King. I mean, though, he will be kind of hitting like a puppy because of the decay. Going in, diving the Witch Doctor, though he does have boots first, still very possible. The Bane, alternatively, another good hero to dive into. And he does have the Snowball. He really wants level 2 Kefka before they go in for that. Beaver, of course, wants the Soul Rip as well, but he's going to get in a little trouble. Here comes the blast from the Wraith King. They have a Nightmare. Snowball is going to come in, grab Beaver for a little bit, but it's not going to save him. Now Kefka's going to get put to sleep. Now the Wraithfire Blast is up. They're going to chow down on the Mango. There's Blast. Cask is going to be used. Actually, they're going to layer the stun perfectly. That's not good, but they're still going to get the kill on Kefka. Beaver's going to arrive. Ascendancy trapped in the shards. Is gonna just sit back and fight it out. Beaver's not doing that much damage compared to what he's taking. Gotta be really careful. So far, Abraxas is trying a vast success. Another great decay from Beaver, but there's just no kill power here with these two heroes right now. And Abraxas are getting away with this tri-lane very well. Meantime, down towards bottom lane, Ochre. Well, he's having a much better time compared to the off lane, but he still has to be very careful. The burn in and of itself is a lot of damage towards an Axe, who is going to be kept at arm's length, first of all. But also he has to worry about the Gyrocopter closing in for a full-on Rocket Barrage. Not fun times for the Axe. He definitely has to be very careful here. But at the same time, the Gyrocopter, he's a low-range hero. Not that much base damage. He can't chip away at the Axe super effectively until he gets level 3 for the Rocket Barrage. If he gets caught in the creep wave like this, he's going to take one spin. Ochre is kind of rolling unlucky right now, but that's the threat for this Gyrocopter. He does have boots, so he should, in theory, be able to keep himself away from that range of the call. that being said, if he gets called a little bit too close, the Axe does have a chance to get a surprise kill in this off lane. I guess similar situations up towards top. If the Witch Doctor gets a little bit too close, then the Undying or Tusk or both really can jump in. But for right now, Abraxas is doing pretty well in this top lane, shutting it down, getting kills, and Villainy Conspiracy running 2 heroes in the off lane and not slowing down the Wraith King's farm in the slightest. I mean, he's not farming super comfortably right now, but he should be able to get his farm eventually. They're actually going to wrap around onto Ochre down towards bottom lane. Rocket Barrage going to lay into the Axe right now. A couple more burn shots. Are they really going to dive the tower? They don't really have much right click after the rockets have been expent. They'll eat the mango and they'll fall back. Axe super wounded, yet still alive. Over towards mid lane in the meantime. Attacker, 12 CS, 19 CS for the Broodmother. He's gotten almost every single creep in this lane. Wow. Baby Knight's doing some serious work. He claims he has bad ping on the Lux servers, although I'm not really sure if I believe him. I mean, I'm not going to believe him, but yeah, now he has his bottle delivered. And Queen of Pain, yeah, though she does have the Scream to, in theory, kill off those Spiderlings. And first of all, the level 3 Scream, I don't think actually kills them off. Okay, kills off some of them. Kills off the small ones, the Spiderites. Spiderites, I think they're called, yes. But, yeah, the Scream of Pain isn't always going to be doing it. And while she's able to harass the Broodmother, Broodmother's equally able to harass Attacker. And the CS is going to be a little bit inflated, so let's switch to net worth. And you can just do stuff like this. Just dive in, look for an injection. Attacker has a blink out. And yeah, Broodmother's going to take a couple of shots from the tower in the meantime, but this is where the webs come in. Get that extra regen. Already has his bottle working back and forth. Even has another tango if needed. And he's going to probably secure the top rune. I don't really see the Queen of Pain even looking to contest that. The Spiderlings he has to be very careful with. If he feeds too many over towards the Queen of Pain, she can get very far accelerated over where she should be in the lane. As long as Beaver Knight is careful to... No, not do that. That hurt. Like 80 gold, although there was one CS there. Cast now towards top lane. Beaver's gonna get maledicted. Tombstone not there just yet. He's gonna still get chainstone. Now the Tombstone drops. He's gonna get the decay off. Here comes the embrace from the Winter Wyvern, snowballing everyone in towards the very famous. He's gonna drop very low very quickly, yet he's still alive. Beaver's gonna take another Wraithfire Blast, has another decay, so he's not gonna die just yet. In the meantime, Solon gonna try to go for the Witch Doctor. Ascendancy's also dropping equally low. One more punch is gonna kill off the Wraith King. One more blast from the Winter Wyvern's gonna get this kill. Just needs the angle. Kefka doesn't have mana, doesn't have cooldowns right now. Beaver has a decay and should get the kill with it. He will. Pillows does kill off the Sigil, getting himself some gold after all said and done, but that is a very successful rotation in the bottom lane from Solon. And the beauty of Gyrocopter is that even though he is left alone, versus the Axe, he should be just fine. Like, yeah, there's the Winter Wyvern as a substantial threat towards the Axe, but yeah, Jalopy should be just fine down here, even without any support. So good teleportation support, saving the Undying, getting the kills. Attacker now in the middle lane in a lot of trouble, has a blink, but Jalopy's looking, damn it. Baby Knight. Looking to intercept. So many names, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, and this Broodmother's going to be dominating this lane. What he could also do is just send the Spiderlings down towards the jungle. Or just fan them out, like keep eyes over here so they can see any rotating Banes. Now Solon is working in the darkness. He thinks the darkness is his ally, but Bane's right around the corner. It's not really possible for the Bane to actually do anything in this scenario, though. If he tries to Nightmare setup, well, I'm pretty sure the Spiderlings are just going to kill him off. And if not kill him off, just pull the Nightmare off. That's good enough. Attacker's got to be very careful in this lane. I mean, he does have the Sonic Wave, and Baby Knight has to be equally careful not to feed over too much gold to Attacker. Like, he's only committing half the Spiderlings. I like that move. Now here comes the rest of them. The Scream doesn't have a super long cooldown, however. Attacker suddenly in a lot of trouble. Has a Sonic Wave. Ooh, he's going to dodge the injection. Now, I don't think that would have been lethal. It's only level 3 in that spell. But it still would have done a lot of extra damage. Now it's going to be Baby Knight. Oh, chucking the spiders towards the very famous. This Witch Doctor does not have a blink. He only has a level 1 cask right now. More webs being laid down. The Broodmother's giving chase with her army right now. Blink, Scream, and the very famous couple more Spiderling hits is going to drop. Now, all the Spiderlings will fall, most of which falling to Attackers. So, though the Broodmother does get a little bit of cash off of that, she does give away a lot of cash to the Brood. Equal exchange. But this Broodmother's doing so well in this mid lane, I'm not really going to be surprised if he decides to go ahead and grab a Hand of Midas. In fact, he's pretty much there already. And of course, he has a couple of options, but of course, top lane, Wraithfire Blast towards Kefka, Nightmare, now into the Undying. Kefka, because of a snowball, is going to put the Sigil up instead. He's maledicted, that's level 2. Tombstone's gonna drop, they're gonna snowball into the very famous. Another Wraithfire Blast onto Kefka right now. He's gonna take a lot of damage from this Maledict. He should fall to this one, but he doesn't have enough mana for one more shards. I don't know when he's gonna throw it. He's gonna take down to the Maledict. Oh no, he won't actually. Shard's gonna be chucked into Ascendancy and the very famous both. Beaver, however, has one more decay. He's not gonna get either of these 2 kills with it. Tombstone has been destroyed. Now the Brain Sap will get the kill. And Pillows is going to drain out the Undying. Kefka will survive, albeit barely, but still this tri-lane is working very well for Abraxas. Not getting the most CS on the Wraith King, but hey, he's getting away, first of all, and he's getting kills of that. So 3-4 in this top lane for London Conspiracy. Not really working out fantastically, yet they are still going to continue onwards with it. Again, having the Undying and Tusk slowed down in this lane, really going to be setting them far back. And the Gyrocopter's getting some decent farm in this bottom lane, more so than the Wraith King at that. And I would say the Broodmother and the Queen of Pain are having about the same laning phase. Very similar. Looks like Baby Knight is actually going to go for an Orchid. At the very least, the Oblivion Staff does give you a little bit of mana regeneration, and that's some value. With the bottle, he'll be able to sustain himself, but we have no Soul Ring picked up on the Brood, so he does really need to get this completed Orchid fast. If nothing else, for the mana regeneration. They also are placing a lot of emphasis here on this Gyrocopter. In the Tusk and the Undying, they can do a hell of a lot even when they are underfarmed, as usually they both are underfarmed. But if you can get farm, if you can shut down the Wraith King, that's obviously going to be the desirable plan here for London Conspiracy. So far, not really coming together. In the meantime, Ochre, he's level 6. He's going to catch an angle onto Solon right now. Hit him with the call. There aren't many creeps here yet. He's going to get 2 spins. Solon's going to brace himself. The call misses. Now here comes the call down. Ochre is not going to get this kill. He's just going to fly away, the dragon. Now Ochre's going to try to TP out of here. Is the damage enough? It will be. Axe is going to fall. Unfortunately, not quite enough for that cull range. In the meantime, top lane Beaver taking a snooze. Kefka should not take that one off. And he won't. Very close from the Axe. Very close, yet not quite there. Now the Embracer and Winter Wyvern definitely saving his bacon. And Gyrocopter going to come in, collect a free kill. I thought he had a helm. Did I see that right? Or was I looking at someone else? Thought he was going to go for some lifesteal. Helm with the Dominator type item. But he has the phase boots. He has 1300 gold. This Gyrocopter is farming very well, as is the Broodmother. Broodmother going for this battle build is going to be a much different Broodmother game than we ordinarily see. Now, normally Broodmothers go towards the off lane. That's like 9 times out of 10. He's feeding a couple of CS over towards attacker, but pretty much 1 scream equals 1 CS. That's it's 1 CS worth of gold. That's more par for the course, but no, that's a really big one. Attacker is cashing in right now. Baby Knight has to be so careful about where he throws these spiderlings. That's the downside of putting the Broodmother up against this Quap. Every single time he gets a CS, the Queen of Pain's getting a little bit, so she's, you know, tying this lane up, and as long as she has mana to do so, like, I like this Sage's Mask pickup. Like, it's just a very, very minor item, yeah, but just a little bit of extra mana regeneration to complement your bottle, spam out those screams every so often, and it's getting her a lot of cash. I'm pretty sure the Sage's Mask at this point just paid for itself.
Middle is missing.
And of course, you know, down the line you can build into an Orchid or something like that. So it's not like a dead item either, just a nice value item to have right now. We're tied up 4-4. Wraith King definitely needs a lot more farm than Gyrocopter if he wants to carry a game. He is going to go for a Helm of Iron Will. This one's going to be turned into an armlet. We got teleportation support up towards top lane. Looks like Gyrocopter with the call down wants to get involved in the snowball play. Webbs doesn't have a ton of mana, however. Jalopy is right near Solon. They have arcane boots. Do they know that the bottom lane is devoid of heroes? They should know. Ascendancy is level 6, but he does not have his ultimate just yet. He does have an extra level, so if needed, he'll be able to pop that. And they are going to go into the jungle. However, Ochre is here, and Kefka is going to find Pillows right away. Snowball in with the dragon right now. Nightmare's going to keep him safe. Tombstone now down on the deck, and Calldown's coming in as well. Pillows going to get obliterated by it. Ochre's going to try to TP out, but the rocket barrage is way too much damage. They'll clean the rest of the stack up, and it's going to be Jalopy to grab a double kill. Very successful gank in from London Conspiracy. And again, that's the effect of a quote-unquote under-farmed Undying and Tusk. Yeah, dual off lane, not really stopping the Wraith King's farm, but at the same time, Wraith King can't really do much when his allies are immediately dead. So 6-4, London Conspiracy going to put a little bit of pressure on this tower. Again, they don't really have that many pushing heroes, so this tower is probably going to survive for a long time, but it's free damage, so you might as well go for it. And they're going to force Abraxas back into, you know, maybe different lanes. Yeah, Ascendancy is actually going to rotate down towards bottom. Beaver's going to follow him. Minus strength on Wraith King is super annoying. You need that base damage if you're going to do any damage. He does have 2 heroes coming in. Looks like it's going to be actually 3 heroes coming in. Queen of Pain joining the fray. They want this Undying. As tanky as the Undying may be, they do also have the Broodmother sticking around mid, so they know that the Queen of Pain is off the map. And that means that there's no one in mid lane. That means this mid lane tower is going to take a hell of a lot of damage. Baby Knight gets spring into action. Axe is coming. He does have a call, but there is no one to call here. He can get, 2 spiderlings, not good enough. He's still just going to chase down the Broodmother, but he's got to be very careful right now. The backup is coming in from London Conspiracy as well. In the meantime, though, it's going to be Nightmare first and the Beaver. Gyrocopter is going to come in. They have Maledict onto the Undying. Cask going to bounce once to Webs right now, but his Rocket Barrage is already taking. Now the call down is here onto Pillows. One missile going to connect. Second missile should connect as well. No, it won't. But with the Rocket Barrage still ticking, it'll take down the Bane regardless. Web's going to immediately teleport out. Jalopy will be fine. Beaver, kind of low, no mana. But Ascendancy not looking to get in there either, despite the fact that he does have his armlet. Top lane tower devoid of heroes for so long is eventually going to get that. Oh no, Ochre. He's going to get, yeah, about 200 gold from those Spiderlings. Baby Knight just getting a little bit careless with that micro. You cannot afford to get careless with the micro up against an Axe and a Queen of Pain. They will immediately pick off your entire Spiderling army, and that's a hell of a lot of gold for the Axe. And that's a little bit of extra gold towards his Blink Dagger, most likely. Now, granted, the gold that the Spider got from the tower directing up toward the top is going to make that more or less an even gold trade overall. But that's not supposed to be an even trade. Now does have the Orchid and can go for kills on most heroes, but really not the Axe. Orchid does not silence counter Helix, so you can't kill off him. He can kill off Attacker with it, but that is only if Attacker is alone. And at this point, Abraxas know that this Orchid is up on the Broodmother. They see it. They will not commit the Queen of Pain here. Just very easily, just put her somewhere else. Either that or make sure that she is here with someone who can help, like the Bane. Nightmaring the Broodmother probably means the Queen of Pain escapes. Although London Conspiracy, they're rotating in a lot of heroes into this mid lane. They're not smoked up right now. There is an Observer Ward here for the Dire. They see Kefka. That's all they see, however. The rest of the heroes looking to smoke up perhaps behind these. No, Kefka's going to fall back and then smoke up. They're going to put the Broodmother out as bait. He's going to charge forward, looking for Attacker. Lots of damage there. Nightmare will be pulled off. And Attacker's still taking a lot of damage. Now here comes a Snowball. He's going to get hit with it. Walrus Punch, not even needed. They're going to get the curse now onto Pillows. Walrus Punch is there. Bane is going to get obliterated. Ascendancy is in the middle of the fray right now. Has his reincarnation. Very famous. Going to walk in, but into a Rocket Barrage. They're going to take down two heroes immediately. Ascendancy now going to respawn into an army of Spiderlings. He's going to immediately fall. Armlet Toggle or not. Double kill for Jalopy. And Axe, where is he? He's up towards top lane. Probably a good thing, even though he probably could have gotten a kill at the very least here. This tower is also going to fall, and the pressure now is going to start to mount. This is the early game power of a Gyrocopter showing its face. This is the fact that Broodmother, with a massive Spiderling army, gives the maxed out soul rep every single time, which is nice, but is also able to tank a hell of a lot because she's a very high level, first of all. Level 2 Insatiable Hunger is no joke. That's 80% lifesteal plus, 90 damage. That's pretty damn high. This tower is going to take an absolute beating right now in Abraxas. They don't yet have their Blink Dagger on Axe. Now, he is very, very close. Tower deny attempted, but they can't even walk in for this one. In fact, the Spiderling's going to charge forward, give it a little bit of gold to Attacker, but Snowball in onto said Queen of Pain. Walrus Punch is there from Kefka. Follow up, not quite there just yet. Attacker's going to take a lot of damage now. Snowball, the stun onto Kefka rather. Call down onto two. Ascendancy and Pillows both going to fall from this one. Oh man, the missiles from Jalopy have been absolutely perfect. It's going to be Baby Knight to grab both of those kills. And Axe finally has his Blink Dagger, but it might just be a little bit too late. They've lost the entirety of their mid lane. Looks like London Conspiracy, they kind of want to go for top lane, although I do think bottom lane is probably a lot easier. And they will ignore the scribblings on the map and go for bottom lane instead. They're just going to ride this momentum until they have the entire map under their thumb. And it's really quickly coming into that situation. At this point, Baby Knight is able to extend into the enemy jungle, as you would expect from a Broodmother. And this is where things get really difficult for Abraxas, because, again, the Orchid is up in the Brood, so any one hero that's not Axe that gets picked off in the jungle or gets spotted in the jungle will immediately die. If it is Axe, Broodmother just walks away because there's still no gem up on the Axe. So she's going to be accelerating her farm even more so. I don't know what the next item is going to be on the Broodmother, but honestly it could be anything, maybe even a Desolator to look to end this game early. Assault Cuirass also pretty darn good. In the meantime, it's bottom lane though. Gyrocopter, he's the only one committing to this tower push. Jalopy is also going to have the Embrace if needed. Has a wolf there for some damage, but Alpha Wolf's going to take a lot of hits. They're smoked up, and Solan's going to fly right over the ravine. He'll be fine. In the meantime, London Conspiracy, they don't really have to commit for this tower. They don't see any Abraxas heroes, so they should know that something's up. But what they do know is that Baby Knight's going to get a hell of a lot of farm in the meantime. So Kefka's going to run to a Wraith King right now. He's going to get immediately embraced. Tombstone deployed. Call down is going to force everyone away. Ogre's going to hit with the curse right now. They're going to pop the Undying ultimate, and Ogre's going to get obliterated first. And the Rocket Barrage now into Attacker will force him to blink away. In the meantime, Ascendancy, he's going to try to TP out as well. Kefka has no interrupt here. They'll get a 3-0. That's good enough, especially for a 5v4 fight. This tower now is definitely going to fall. And where is Baby Knight going to spring into action? Looks like he's going to start cutting the creep wave, at least heading on towards that top lane. He doesn't even need his webs here, honestly, although it looks like he will intercept the creep wave and should be able to kill it off and then put a lot of pressure up towards top and bottom at the exact same time. Brax is kind of getting an awkward opening there, but now London Conspiracy have all the items in the world, have all the advantage in the world. Look at this gross advantage for them. This is translating into an S&Y. Mechanism on the Undying. Blink Dagger on the Tusk. Again, 2,800 on the Broodmother. She might be going for a Radiance. I don't think I've seen actually Baby Knight play the Broodmother before. But Radiance on Broodmother is definitely, you can do a lot worse. They're looking for Ascendancy right now. He does have his Reincarnation, but is that really going to help him versus this huge army of Spiderlings? No, he doesn't have his Reincarnation. Okay. I actually was looking at the wrong hero. I looked at the Witch Doctor. I'm like, oh, green dot, ultimate up, but it's not up. Meantime, bottom lane, Webb's going to charge forward with Rocket Barrage Pillows. That's not going to help that much. Now the call down to the very famous is going to start to race with the Rocket Barrage. Not a good idea, even with the Maledict. Snowball now in, onto the Axe. Walrus Punch is not even needed. They'll grab the kill with Webbs. That's a 4 kill for nothing. London Conspiracy are just smashing face. Attacker's going to jump in, blow up the Gyrocopter. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's a beyond godlike spree ended by the Queen of Pain. 1,400 gold from just that one kill. But you can have all the gold in the world. If you don't have map control, if you don't have your towers, you're not going to be winning the game. As Baby Knight, what does he spend his gold on? It's a completed Desolator. Yeah, he wants to go for the high ground preparation at least. Not necessarily a push yet, but he will be ready to go for the push when it is time to do so. His top lane tier 2 is pretty much forfeit here from Abraxas. Again, the Axe is the only one who can do something about it, but his Blink Dagger so far has yielded absolutely nothing for him. And he's had it for quite a long time now, like a couple minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes at least. But yeah, so far, no Spiderlings even killed off by that Axe's Blink Dagger, I don't think so. Baby Knight is now a significant threat. Again, 1v1 scenario still holds true, but now with the 1v1 scenario, if he just does it by himself, no Spiderlings involved, he can pick off the Axe. Axe is going to see the web come up. He's going to blink call onto a massive army. He's going to get a lot of gold from this. Many spins as well. John going to get put into the snowball. Maybe that's going to live for a little while longer. Now pops his ultimate, although he doesn't have enough life steal yet. Kefka's now overextended. His sigil's going to get dropped very quickly. In the meantime, Grip onto Beaver. They lose the Tusk, and they're probably going to lose the Undying as well. He's going to get embraced up, glimmered out as well. Tombstone now deployed, Flesh Golem's there as well. Solon is here, but where's the Gyrocopter? They really need his damage. They're going to try to go for the Axe, but there's nothing to bounce Splint Blast off of. Beaver is fighting to the death right now. We'll get chain stunned by the cast, bouncing to the creep wave as well. He'll look for the courier, won't get it. A 4 for now, but now here comes the Gyrocopter. Call down is here onto Ascendancy. Missile 1 lands, Missile 2 is going to connect as well, but Very Famous is going to live. In 20-9, Abraxas find the Broodmother, and London Conspiracy, they overcommit in trying to save her. I think using the Tusk Snowball to try to get that save, that's worth it. And if you lose the Tusk and Broodmother, yeah, that sucks, but it's definitely not the end of the world. Sorry, guys, I have to do some admin things in the background, just making sure the stream is all right and stuff like that. So that's where the downtime comes in. Screen's not moving, mouse not moving. That's what I'm doing. London Conspiracy, a slight hiccup in their game plan. Desolator on Broodmother does mean they want to play this game almost to the game-winning edge. The top lane tier 2 is a very easy objective there. They just have to make sure not to get caught by the Axe, who got, you know, not only a hell of a lot of damage onto that Broodmother, but killed off the entire Spiderling army, I believe. London Conspiracy still want this top lane, and I think that's the right decision. As long as they position themselves correctly, they can even put Baby Knight over in mid lane, have him split push that, or, you know, put him on top lane, have him split push the top lane, have everyone else split push bottom. Then force Abraxas to commit the Axe on the top lane. That leaves them without initiation on the bottom lane. Yeah, Axe's initiation really the only thing that's, I think, really scary here for London Conspiracy. Everything else they can pretty much handle as it comes. This top lane is eventually going to be dropping. There's no real sense for Abraxas to try to defend this. I'm not really sure if London Conspiracy are going to look to commit all 5 heroes into a high ground push. Going for Roshan, pretty risky up against a Blinking Axe and a Queen of Pain with a Sonic Wave. But, I mean, if you're going to try to go up high ground without the Aegis when you can just easily wait for it, it's a little bit risky. I love how everyone, whenever they say packet loss, I'm like, oh, I got all my packets, and I'm the furthest away from Luxembourg than compared to everyone here. Got all the packets all the time, guys. Easy packets, easy life. Yeah, but this tower is definitely going to fall. No one from Abraxas is even close to being in the area. I'm pretty sure everyone else from London Conspiracy, minus Broodmother, they go towards the mid lane or bottom lane. I mean, it is being pushed out by attacker. They will, of course, try to force Abraxas back first, and the Gyrocopter still is so immensely powerful that maybe just with the power of the Gyrocopter in and of itself, they will be able to win a team fight. But it's up against the Sonic Wave, and if they get caught with the Blink call, then Broodmother can instantly die. I guess the Embrace is definitely going to help, as will the mech on the Undying, as will the Blink Snowball on the Tusk. You can blink in after an Axe has initiated, put the hero in the Snowball, and then Axe is just kind of awkwardly standing there. I'm pretty sure that's going to be at least the attempted play from Kefka moving forward. But they have so many defensive tools that really they could just commit the Gyrocopter to the high ground. You know, have the baby Knight Broodmother occasionally poke in to keep reapplying that corruption effect. This is called corruption, right? Boom. Do I know the items, or do I know the items? Apply corruption every so often. Again, it lasts for a pretty long time, so you only need to commit like one attack every so often. Have the Broodmother split push or farm the jungle with her Spiderlings. And then eventually Abraxas, they have to make a play. There is no Blink Dagger yet on the Wraith King, so he's going to have to take the slow road in. That means that while he's walking in, he's going to be probably walking into a call down, honestly. I would expect Jalopy to be very, very generous with his missiles. Tower down. Now, what's the game plan for London Conspiracy? This is, you know, pretty much the extent of what I saw their game plan to be. Take the towers, take an advantage, try to play aggressively. But winning the game by going up high ground is definitely the hardest part in any Dota game, let alone this one. Especially with an Aghanim Scepter now picked up on the Quap. Spiderlings are going to dive in. They can somehow cancel the Axis Blink Dagger, that'll be huge, but just Sonic Wave will cash in so hard for the Quap right now. Blink in, Sonic Wave, gets 200 gold from it. Easy peasy. Doesn't kill off the entire army. But in the meantime, the tower is down to half HP. London Conspiracy have to be very careful about how many spiders they lose here. They also lose the Tombstone, so that's like 450 gold off of that small attempted push. It was kind of a half-assed push from London Conspiracy, honestly. They weren't really going for the tower. They were just going to see how much damage they were able to do, and the answer is half. But half isn't good enough. Half still means that the structures live. Quap is going to get away. Aghanim Scepter is going to help so much right now and just killing off the creep wave, slowing down the push. However, there aren't really many easy heroes that Abraxas can jump on right now. Like, Webb's is going to show himself in the mid lane. Jalopy is vulnerable in theory, but his backup is right around the corner, and his backup involves an invisible Undying. Only scarier than zombies, invisible zombies. Because you can't tell when they are, and suddenly you get bit, and then you're a zombie too. Ogre immediately hit with the curse? No. Oof, Solon not quite able to get in range in time. If they were to do that, I mean, definitely Axe to fall, and he does have buyback. I don't really see any situation where Abraxas are able to claim a victory without having their Axe there. And slowly but surely, London Conspiracy making their way down map. Going for Roshan again, a very, very risky play up against an Axe and Queen of Pain. But as long as they can stall the fight out here, they don't even have to necessarily go for Roshan. They're going to. They're actually going to get a catch onto Ascendancy right now. This guy does have Reincarnation, however, it's only level 1. He's taking a lot of damage from the supporting crew here. Kefka still has shards, and Ascendancy is going to get clipped by a missile. He has his armlet. He will lose his first life. Call down should be prepped for the second one. He's not going to do so. Decay is there instead. Now here comes the Bane. Axe in the meantime picks up the Broodmother. Shards onto Pillows. Going to cut off the reinforcement route of the other two heroes. Here comes the Queen of Pain. Going to jump right in. Now the call down is going to commence. Onto the Wraith King. Queen of Pain will dodge the missiles there, and Pillows. He's going to get a grip onto Beaver, but that won't do too much, especially up against the Gyrocopter who's still swinging. They can get round top of the Witch Doctor, blow him up with the shards. Ogre is in the Roche pit right now. Wolf is able to cancel the blink out. Ogre has no escape here. I think he's just going to drop. I mean, there's actually no escape route. Fight to the death. Axe. Blade Mail popped. He's going to get the call. He'll kill off the Wolf for a little bit of movement speed and try to get away. But with the guns, Webb's going to just buzz him down. Now go for Roshan. Now, it really does suck for London Conspiracy that they lost their Broodmother beforehand. Like, she could have been taking Raxes all the while, and I'm pretty sure that's where she got picked off. No, she was actually reinforcing that mid-fight. That's why they got here so fast. The Queen of Pain getting chased down by Kefka. Shards from long range. Oof. Ooh, that was close. But, yeah, Abraxas, they get completely wiped. Very patient play from this Gyrocopter. I would have just used the call down on the Reincarnation, but that's because I'm a scrub. And I'm definitely not Jalopy. Roshan is not going to be super fast. I mean, if they had the Desolator here, you could bet it'll be dead by now. But Abraxas with no Axe means no fight. They can chuck in a Sonic Wave, try to steal the Aegis. That will be incredibly risky. It's too late. Gyrocopter now has a double life. Beaver's gonna refill the tanks back at home. Maybe grab the Guardians. Grab it. He'll grab the Guardian Greaves. No way I'm wrong. It literally can't be anything else. Although Point Booster doesn't seem bad either. Oh man, I'm totally wrong. Pipe? Vlad's? Either way, it's going to be a high ground pushing item. And yeah, it's kind of weird to see Baby Knight not right now starting to counter push the top lane. There's still 2 minutes of downtime in the Wraith King's reincarnation, because when he died it was only level 1, despite the fact that it's level 2 now. Leveling it up does not reduce the cooldown. London Conspiracy, they should be looking to split push to some degree. Not fully, but at least cut the creep wave. There we go. He's now going to kick into gear. Now it's going to be the slow strangulation of Abraxas. They lose map control, lose resources, lose farm space. And eventually, at least the game plan for London Conspiracy, Abraxas loses towers, loses Raxus, loses the game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Again, I'm not really sure where they're going to decide to place this push. Top lane is already really weakened. So that makes the most sense for Broodmother to go to top lane. She already has her web network established anyway. Everyone else seems like they want to go mid. Now, ideally, they would want to go bottom, but it doesn't seem like that's really in the cards just yet. Bottom is being pushed pretty aggressively. Very famous, going to grab a free tower. Not quite yet at his Aghanim Scepter just right now. But Ascendancy, oh no. Oh no, there's a Tombstone deployed, and now missiles are going to come in. He's completely trapped once again. He doesn't have his reincarnation. He's going to drop super quickly. Missile is going to blink him down, so no armlet toggling. It'll actually just straight kill him off. Okay, that's level 4. 3 killing the Wraith King. Now here comes the push. It's still Baby Knight over in the mid lane. Surprised to see him not constantly pushing up towards top. Again, the worst case scenario London Conspiracy here is they get all blink called by the axe. They just have to make sure that that doesn't happen. Attacker does have a Sonic Wave, sees a whole bunch of spiders. 2,200 gold on Attacker. Suddenly 2,600 gold. Easy 400 gold Sonic Wave. That is super costly for Baby Knight right now. He should be up here. He should be split pushing. They're going to see Ochre. Oh, blink forward looking for the Walrus Punch. Not going to happen just yet. That Battle Hunger, though, did absolutely jack all, so looks like it's not really a big deal. Fortification now up. Where's the Axe? He is the initiating hero for Abraxas. Wraith King now up. Missile's going to come in, which should do a lot of damage to Attacker if it lands. Plink. And the tower, see? Slow push. One hit, Desolator applied, back off. And only let Jalopy do it. Jalopy's unfortunately missing like every single shot because apparently the Gyrocopter's drunk. Witch Doctor in the meantime pushing down bottom lane. The split pushing Witch Doctor is real. Still not yet at his Aghanim Scepter. But it's a tower for tower so far, and now Jalopy's just going to work away at the range Raxes. Has Solon and Beaver behind him as needed. Cass is going to pull the creep wave right now. Aegis is going to be reclaimed in 2 minutes. But in that 2 minutes, unless Abraxas make a play right now, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Rox Barrage now onto the Axe, and the cooldown's going to wake him up. Blade Mail is up. Shards are there. Ochre's going to fall. No buyback. That means no initiation right now. Webbs does not have any more Flat Cannon. He's dropping a little bit low, but he has the Embrace still in his pocket. He has the Soul Rip, and he has a lot of zombies behind him. It's going to be Raxus taking 30 minutes in the game. London Conspiracy not split pushing at all in this game. They're just going to go for it. Witch Doctor does grab his Aghanims, which is going to do a hell of a lot of damage, but if London Conspiracy see it, you can bet that Kefka at the very least is going to save his Snowball or Walrus Punch, maybe even both to deal with that Witch Doctor. Rax is taken, and for London Conspiracy, now it's time to go and do the exact same thing on the easier lane, because the tier 3 is already pretty much dead. Are there webs in the Broodmother? You bet there are. Now the Aegis is going to be timing out soon, and that may force them back for just a little bit. But even if they are going to fall back, they've already claimed a pretty decisive victory in this game so far. The Vlads are up. The Vlad is up on the Undying, and no split push actively here from Abraxas. Wow, Gyrocopter going to buy out a Butterfly. Thought it's been a while since I've seen an item from him. Okay, now you definitely wait for this item. You definitely wait for a Butterfly on Gyrocopter. He's going to get killed with the Sonic Wave, not a big deal. Soul Rip again, and Embrace, and Snowball if necessary. Emergency tool is all going to keep him safe. Broodmother's actually going to find and pick off Bane. Now he's going to get into a fight with Ochre. Blade Mail not going to do enough damage to the Broodmother. Here comes the Rockets. Kaboom! Goes the Axe down to Ascendancy, who is going to have enough mana for Reincarnation. Is going to try to armlet toggle his way to freedom. That won't happen. In the meantime, up towards the north lane, they're going to jump in with 3 heroes. Very famous. Going to start channeling that ultimate. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. In fact, it will kill off the Winter Wyvern. It may even just kill off Beaver. In fact, with Queen of Pain coming in, it probably will. There's another Soul Rip here on the Undying. He will save himself, and now Queen of Pain is the only survivor for Abraxas. She'll try to blink out, but she's going to blink right into Jalopy's clutches. They'll call GG, but it's going to be Queen of Pain to fall in the end. London Conspiracy with a clean 29-minute victory. Very few mistakes being made by them. Top lane, definitely far from the safest lane. But Broodmother doing some serious work, Jalopy doing some even more serious work, and London Conspiracy end up claiming 1 point in their series versus Abraxas. Now, we did see the power of Abraxas as far as their Bane play. I mean, the grips weren't necessarily the greatest from Pillows, but still, that tri-lane worked out pretty much to a T for Abraxas. Just patch up the other areas, and they can very easily tie the series up. But that's going to be coming up in just a little bit, guys. I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure casting this game for you. If you enjoyed the game, stick around because there's one more left. And that's going to be Game 2 between London Conspiracy and Abraxas in just a little bit, guys. I'll be right back.